Perry. I'm here with Whitney Crowder, and she's one of the producers and one of the actors in the film. Before we talk about the film, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I was an actress for a really long time, and I loved that. However, I really decided that my true talent was in producing, and so I teamed up with Adam Hardman, who's our director and writer of the short Mysteries of the Desert, and the founder of Good Luck Films, and we kind of grew the company together. He's been in this business for about 20 years, and I'm much more new to the producing side, but I'm absolutely loving it, and so that's we started working on these couple short films and really been taking off, and that's where we're at right now.
Nice. So does Good Luck Films, does it do a lot of horror films, or is it just different things?
It's definitely genre based, I would say, though we dabble in some comedy every once in a while that is not horror related, but genre is really our passion.
Yeah.
That's, there was we had to ask ourselves, I can't remember who made the quote, but it was like, really be honest with yourself with what kind of movies you love. Like, what's your favorite movie? Most people want to pretend it's like some obscure French film, but really it's like, I've seen my best friend's wedding 1,000 times. Well, ours was The Terminator and Road Warrior, and we love sci-fi, we love horror, we love thrillers, and so that was what we wanted to make.
What is it that draws you to that type of that genre?
Honestly, I think it's the most fun, and I do feel like cinema has lost its joy a little bit. Everyone's really self-serious these days, and everything has to be like finger wagging or one way or the other, and it can't just be a good time sometimes. But also because I feel like in horror and in thrillers, the protagonist always wants something. Like, there's a goal, and it's like to escape the killer or whatever, but it's very on the body. And those are the types of roles I love. That's the kind of movie I want to watch, because there's something happening and you have a goal that you want the person to achieve. And I feel like in a lot of other things these days, it's a lot of talking, and it can be done really effectively, but to me, it's the most fun to be a part of, to make and to watch.
I hope it's not too early enough in the film for it to be a spoiler, because it's right in the beginning. But so it opens up, there's a young woman driving in the desert, 20 miles south of Indio.
Oh wow, that was good detail.
and happening upon an abandoned vehicle. So at that point, we start getting the feeling that something's going wrong. Where was the Mysteries of the Desert filmed?
It's filmed in like the weirdest little area called. It's by Indio, like Coachella Valley. It's by the Salton Sea, called Bombay Beach.
Where's that? It's a Bombay Beach?
Yeah.
Oh,
are you familiar?
Yeah,
oh my god. Yeah. So it's the weirdest little place, right? It's like abandoned buildings and like
and weird art sculptures and
like
that,
installation artists that came in, and it's like the most bizarre place. And we were really wanting to find a place that seemed like it would be dangerous if someone got stranded out there.
Yeah.
Because it's a slow burn, but the desert is really a dangerous place, and I grew up in that kind of area, and so we wanted to find a place that felt like if she left this, if she didn't investigate this broken down car, she might be dooming someone.
Right.
Like it was like a conscious, she could save someone or she could be the reason that they maybe die. So we wanted to have that isolation, and then Bombay Beach was just like the weirdest place that seemed almost uncomfortable to be there in such a great way that we really wanted to take advantage of it. And our feature that this is a proof of concept for is going to take place in that Bombay Beach trailer park, or maybe something that we make look like it.
Got it.
They don't really like outsiders in that area.
When you were there, did you have any encounters with the locals?
Yeah, so we oddly enough, you can get like an Airbnb in that little trailer park. And we did, and we shot some of the interiors in there. And we were planning on all staying in the Airbnb overnight, but it was so creepy that we were like, no, no, we can't do this. And we decided to like load up the car kind of quickly. It got like really creepy. It was funny. And the director, Adam, is like never scared. But he was like, yeah, we should go. And we were like loading up the car, and all of a sudden I'm by myself at one point, and I hear like these like someone running in the sand, like footsteps, sounds like it's charging at me, and like turn around and there's no one there.
Yeah.
And I said that to Adam. He's like, oh, that happened to me too. Someone's definitely messing with us, and like we should go. Like,
that's ironic that you're there to film a horror film, and then you almost experienced one yourself.
We kind of were like, we should go before we're like in a horror movie ourselves. It was weird because we filmed that day like the part of the film where she thinks someone's coming up and running behind her, and she turns around and there's no one there, and then it actually happened to us that night. So we're like, okay, we're getting a little too close for comfort.
That sounds pretty creepy. I saw the screener, and if I'm not mistaken, you were the antagonist.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your character without giving away too much?
Yeah, so this whole thing is our opening set piece to our feature, and it definitely goes in a way that you don't expect for the feature. So we wanted to have a lot of questions, especially at the end. You're wondering like, what's behind this person? Is she a victim? Is she the villain? And I can't say too much without giving it away, but I'll just say what drew me to this character is because it's clearly a complicated situation. And for me, female characters are sometimes really, really boring, and the ones I go out for, usually auditioning for as an actor, are more Sally Mae, or they're not. I never get to go out for the villain. Yeah. I think honestly people are a little afraid to write women villains these days, and to me those are the most intriguing because everyone's got a little evil in them, a little bit, and like I find those characters super complex, and those are the ones I want to see.
What would you say? Why would people be worried about casting a female or having a female villain in the film?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I do know. I think at least that it's because everything has come to be a political statement these days, where you can't just have a character that is that character and not a representation of everyone who is that. You know, like. Right. I think David Lynch had to like defend Blue Velvet at Cannes when everyone was calling him a sexist. He's like, I'm not saying this isn't all women. This is this one woman, you know. Right. And like, and I feel really strongly about that because if we can't have complex characters, then it's not really art anymore, you know. If we can't like push the envelope a little bit of making people think outside what they know or what they're, you know, told all the time in the mainstream, I don't know. I think people are a little afraid, and I can totally understand why. And especially if I was a male writer, I would be like definitely kind of nervous about that too. So I'd stick with maybe a male villain or whatever. Yeah. And I'm sure this is obviously not across the board, but I have found it seems to be more and more or less and less female complex villains that maybe are just not good people sometimes, just like everyone is. And so I realized I was going to have to start making the roles I wanted to play. And so Adam and I co-write a lot together now. And we co-wrote the feature that this is on. And
so the feature's already...
Yeah, the feature's it's in development right now, and we're...
It's already filmed too?
No, not yet. We're working on that part, but... The feature, you might not see it coming. It is a horror movie, but it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets Road Warrior in a trailer park. Okay,
that sounds kind of cool.
It's gonna be fun. It is gonna be a good time. I can guarantee you that.
So I understand this short film was filmed with a 2-person crew during the pandemic. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we were in the middle of filming, and we have 2 shorts out right now. We have another short called The Loop on an Elbow, which is like a tech-noir thriller, and we were in the middle of shooting that in New York City, and our first weekend was March of 2020, and so we got shut down, and we had a much bigger crew and a much bigger cast, and we realized we were going to have to reimagine everything. And so, but we were dying to create something. And so during the pandemic, we decided to fly out a good friend of mine, Jeanette Nelligan, who's the lead in our film, because she's an incredible actress and just stunning. So we flew her out for 2 weeks and we shot both shorts back to back at the same time. And but it was the pandemic and we couldn't get a crew, and it was like, to be safe, we had to do it skeleton. So we did it really guerrilla style. Adam did absolutely everything. He gaffed, he shot it, he directed, he wrote it. I mean, we were filming in the desert in August, and it was 118 degrees, and we're like drenched in sweat. I can't even keep my makeup to make me look sallow on. It's just like coming down like crazy. And he's holding this like 30-pound camera setup and not, carrying it around, because he's following her, and it's choreographed through like real wreckage of like, okay, well, that's broken glass, so let's not step on that. And it was a lot. I did sound as much as I could do, but let's just say our mics did not stay attached to us very well with this heat. So at the end of every take, our mic would be taped to the back. So we had to do a lot of ADR. Yeah. But I did any kind of special effects or costumes, and was producing the best I could, and he was doing absolutely everything else. And I think that's why I'm so proud of it, because I don't think it looks that way. It doesn't look to me that it's two people doing it. And when we were at these, like Screenfest, we were clearly like the underdogs when it came to budget and crew. I mean, people's credits are like rolling for minutes. Ours is like, we have 5 credits, and most of them are in post. And so I was really, really proud of that. I think he did an incredible job and had it really well shot. And I'm really humbled and excited to be amongst all these other amazing films that had significantly higher budgets and crews. So, yeah.
I thought it was shot very well.
Thank you.
And then, so he was the lone cameraman.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I really don't know how he did it, and he's like the most positive Zen Buddhist too at the same time. Yeah. And so the fact that he could like keep his cool during all of this was amazing. When we're also like chasing the sun, because we set up a goal that we were only going to shoot during the magic hour. Okay. So we shot it over the course of a week, but we only shot like 1 hour a day, basically, and we had to like chase the sun. And so the stakes were pretty high too. So we're in the car and we're really like going, because we know we only have like 5 more minutes until it's completely dark. And in the desert, sounds like you've kind of been in the desert 1 or 2 times, right? Yeah. Well, it's like, it goes from sunset to pitch black. There's like no lingering magic hour. And so we had to really, really run. And that was a challenge, but also something that I felt like helped the stakes for us. But yeah.
So in the film, there was 2 people. You're one of them, and the other is Jeanette Nelligan. How is your working relationship with Jeanette?
I've been a huge fan of hers. I was thinking about going into an acting class in New York a long time ago, and she was doing a monologue in the class, and I was just blown away. And it was because of her I knew I had to be in this class. I was a huge fan of hers, and I was completely confused as to how she wasn't huge yet. And so I knew the next time we wrote something that she needed to be our lead. And having her, she was really down, to like do this, which it's a challenge too. And as an actor, sometimes you're used to a more pampered lifestyle than having 3 people and like go. And it was, the elements were real in these. I mean, it was so hot that she was a trooper, and she was really down for everything.
In that opening scene, it looked like she was sweating bullets.
Yeah, it's like, she is, and we are. It's definitely no like fake sweat. That is real sweat. But I think we wanted to feel that way. We wanted to feel like sticky and hot and like on the body. Yeah. Where the danger from that also comes if you don't have an AC situation, that it could really be a detrimental time for someone. So.
So I enjoy a good trek through the California deserts, and if I ever happen upon an abandoned vehicle, and there's a woman that needs help, what's your advice? Should I help her?
Like, bring a taser, maybe. I don't know. It's like a tricky thing because I personally would feel inclined to stop too. I'm with the some of my people who watch it are like, why would you ever stop? To me, I would feel compelled, but also terrified because it is scary. And the whole our tagline is no good deed, because it really is like. Yeah. And I honestly feel like that's that like specific thing I think about all the time when I see someone on the side of the road. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna I want to help you, but I don't know who you are, and I'm like, I'm not gonna risk it. So I don't know. I think maybe bring a weapon and don't turn your back, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cool. Well,
give her your cell phone to call AAA.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Back away slowly.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add? Websites, social media?
Yeah, everything is on goodluckfilms.com, and we have a couple really amazing projects in development right now. Both our shorts are proof of concepts for a series and for our feature, and I think we're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming your guys' way. So.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was easy breezy.